Welcome to the Rocket Rewind, the show where we get together and talk about things that matter, things that are interesting, and shit that might just blow your mind. Yeah, they're our opinions, and you don't have to like them. We might not like yours either, but feel free to share them in the live chat. This is America, where we have free speech, cancel culture, Karens and Darrens, all working together in such super sweet harmony. Yeah, right. Sometimes the things we talk about might help restore our faith in humanity, but all too often it's going to be stuff that might piss you off like it does us. Make sure you have your grown-up panties on and come join the conversation. Oh yeah, and make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss this weekly dose of provocative discussion. The Rocket Rewind, Sundays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's get into it. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Happy Sunday.
Yes. Happy
Yes.
Sunday already.
I know, man. And it's almost the end of Sunday. Shit.
I know,
Yeah.
man.
Seems like the weekend just started like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know, right? 2 days ago.
Hey, look, I'm all for a 5-day weekend, man. We need a 5-day weekend in this
Go in the
country.
military.
I hear you. All right, let's run through the chat real quick. See who we got. I see Taylor Ray over there.
Yeah.
Dom Fiander, what's up? Stu Dorman is going to watch the Oscars. Okay, hopefully nobody slaps anybody this year. They do have a crisis intervention team on standby at the Oscars now. Welcome to 2023, everybody. Yes, we have to have a crisis team at the Oscars. Megan D. Gaming, what's up, ma'am? Good to see you. Jorge Zambrano is here. What's up? There's Steve the Body Man in the chat, everybody, and he is also right over there.
What up, yo?
I don't want
Let's see. We've also got Southpaw 73. What's up, Southpaw? Good to see you, man. Dustin K is here. Director 97. I hate dirty rat lying ass cops. If they tell the truth, then okay, but not the liars. I'm with you. I don't like anybody that lies. I really don't, especially somebody that has the power to take away somebody's freedom. I'm with you on that. Chris Talbert, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Gaming with Eric Boyce is here. Stacy's a guy. Gaming, what's up? Who would have thunk it? Stacy's
I don't want to be left out.
Yeah. And he's right down there.
Yep.
He's down there for right now until we rearrange some things. So for those of you watching on YouTube, welcome. We also are streaming on Facebook. If you're watching over there, the comments are slightly delayed from Facebook for me, though, for some reason, I've noticed. But we do have also Twitter. We're live on Twitter. We can't see or comment back on Twitter, but feel free to watch on whichever you're most comfortable with, you know.
Steve, Chris told you and I hi.
Oh, hey Chris, what's going on, buddy?
Chris Talbert. So Megan went to get some food. So now I got to know, what did you get, Megan?
I too.
You know,
Yeah.
we love some food.
I
Michael
like judging
Tingley
people based on their food.
Yeah, me too. Michael Tingley's here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. So normally, y'all know, when we look at videos, we're looking at the content of the video as far as what's happening. Like, you know, is it a traffic stop, or did the police have to shoot at somebody? Is somebody running from the cops? You know, that kind of thing, right? This one, though, I wanted to do something slightly altered from that, in that I wanted to kind of take a look at the First Amendment auditor community. Do I want some chicken wings? I do like chicken wings, Jorge. I sure do. But I imagine by the time they got here from Chicago, they would probably be cold. Megan got fried chicken, veggies, and a dinner roll. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's been a minute since I had fried chicken. I like that.
I can make some pretty good fried chicken.
I can be honest. I have not had a home cooked like hot meal since I enlisted.
Oh well, yeah, you're
only 4 hours away.
eating.
Come on down. I'll make you something to eat.
Yeah, go down there and let Steve make you some Philly cheesesteak.
I knew that was
sandwiches.
coming.
They're
I
pretty
knew
good.
that was coming. The Philly
They're
cheesesteak.
they're pretty damn good. Let's see. There's Jamie H. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Gaming with Eric Boyce had frozen pizza. Hey, was it the Totino's brand? Because I fucking love those. They're good for frozen pizzas.
Those are a bachelor's best friend.
Yeah, Jamie's listening. Gamer's best friend too. Jamie's listening to Megan chomp down over there. Apparently, Southpaw has spiced up pork chops, beef flavored rice, and corn. When I first saw that comment, I thought it said beef flavored ice cream. I was about to have to get on to you for a minute about some weird shit.
That sounds a little weird.
Yeah.
Sir, you know we can time out your comments, right?
That's right. Yeah, put him in timeout for that beef flavored ice cream. Speaking of, though, hold on. Hell, I guess while we're at that, let me see.
I think that's Brooklyn. Emergency response videos. Is that Brooklyn?
Yes, emergency response videos. That is Brooklyn. What's going on?
Hey, Brooklyn. How you doing, buddy?
Michael Tingley's having a hamburger and fries. So I want to show y'all something that I think. Hey, what is that? Oreos?
What was that? Dude, yeah, come on, dude.
Dude's got double stuffed Oreos, man.
Don't be flashing that in front of the camera. What are you doing?
All right. Look at this.
What's this?
I thought this was bullshit.
Oh, no.
But this is for real. They have made Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream.
That's disgusting.
Van Leeuwen or Leeuwen. I don't even know how you say it. Anyway, thank God it's a limited edition. This shit sounds gross.
Find the closest off or all the way off you can and fuck it. Because that is disgusting.
That is very disgusting. I'm all for trying new things, right? But there's a limit.
Well, I mean,
that ranch ice cream is well past the limit.
Yeah,
unless you're going to put it on a salad or something. I mean, no.
I can't think of any reason that there would need to be ranch ice cream for any purpose.
Disgusting.
Now, well, I was conservative about the spicy chocolate, like the Tabasco chocolate that comes like a little can, but that was actually pretty good.
Well, and I thought it was weird the first time somebody said put bacon bits on ice cream, but that sweet and salty together is actually
really good.
It's a very common combination to have sweet and salty together. So I mean that makes sense, although it's still kind of a weird thing in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Tingley says they sell Peeps flavored Pepsi.
Yeah, that's the thing here.
Okay, well that wouldn't be so bad because Peeps is marshmallowy, and marshmallow adds to some stuff. I can kind of go with that.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know if other areas did it, but Buffalo Rock was helping distribute that salted caramel Pepsi back in 2017.
I didn't try that. It
wasn't bad.
Southpaw said ranch flavored ice cream makes his beef flavored ice cream taste pretty good. I bet. Oh, look at me. I look like I'm glowing. The light is just perfect on my face today. It's making all my shininess come out.
What the heck is up with that? I can't get mine set up, man.
I don't have a studio like you guys. I literally just have a light over my head.
I'm just shining. Well, but no, you're lit up well though. The key is LED lights work great. So if you can get LED lights above you. All right.
I might do that.
So in the chat over there, I want y'all to tell me who y'all's favorite First Amendment, well, not necessarily just First Amendment, but your favorite First Amendment / First or Second Amendment auditors are out there. Brooklyn said the fire truck broke down as it was leaving the station. That's not a good thing. I'll start off. Y'all just let us know in the chat who some of y'all's favorites are. We might take a peep at them. I want to pull up one that just came out today. Now, Sean, don't copyright me here, there, bud, but I'm going to share your video. This comes from probably one of my favorite First Amendment auditors out there. Long Island Audit. Sean Paul Reyes is his name. He says it on all his videos, so I'm not doxing him or anything like that. Oh, look, Director 97 said Long Island Audit. Look at that. And let me just show you a little bit of his video. And then I'll explain to you why this one was just released today. I actually had another video of his picked out that I was wanting to highlight him on, but this one today summed up all of it really good. Have you ever watched any of him, Steve or Stacy?
I actually have. I've seen him on like the Facebook Reels, and then it'll let me down a rabbit hole. I don't know too much, but I've seen a little bit of stuff. I
may have seen him. I have to see the video again just to.
Yeah, but this one just came out today, and he is at like a. Well, there's VA in there. I don't know what else is in this building, but anyway, let's look at a little bit of it.
To check up on the government.
All right, let me start at the beginning, right? Because he's going to show like some quick clips of just some of what happened there. Let me put it a little bigger there. So this is obviously Department of Homeland Security, Federal Protection Services.
I'm gonna throw you out.
You're not gonna touch me. That's for sure. I'm telling you now, you're not gonna throw me out.
You know that now. So have
and
your
I'm
fun
telling
now.
you now.
Have your fun
I'm telling
now.
you now, you're not gonna touch me. There's no need for that.
There's nothing you can do about it.
You're not gonna touch me.
There's nothing you can do about it. This is our federal law enforcement, boys and girls, DHS, police.
I know that.
What are you gonna do if I do?
Don't worry about it. Do it. I have a right to film government employees in the course of their duty, and the DHS memo. There's no need for you to put those on. There's no need.
You were recording me without my.
You know why he said there's no need to put those on? You know what's about to happen when cops put their gloves on?
They're about to put their hands on you.
Yeah.
They're about to go hands on. That's to protect their fingers, right?
You would think a federal employee would know like federal laws. Whatever.
Yeah.
You would think that a federal employee would also uphold the Constitution. And if you're going to uphold the Constitution, I would expect that person has a very good understanding of what is on that document.
Yeah. Director 97 says that they just watched Sean's court trial. I watched it too. It was a freaking circus. I think they had already decided his guilt anyway. They just played along so that he wouldn't have enough standing to file a lawsuit for them not giving him a trial on it. But I think they already had decided he was going to be guilty anyway. It was bullshit. He shouldn't have been found guilty. To bring you up to speed, he was arrested for filming in public, in a public government building. He got arrested. At first, they tried to charge him with, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, a bunch of other shit. Anyway, they offered to issue him basically a citation, like an infraction, a ticket, if you want to call it that. And he wouldn't take a plea bargain. So he had an actual like 4 or 5 day trial or so on his citation, and they still found him guilty. It was a $90 thing, and I'll show you that in a minute about his $90 fine. But I just want to show you some of the clips from the very beginning. This is one of the things I liked about him. He put some of the highlights at the beginning of his video, so you kind of know what funny shit to look for as you're watching it.
So that means that you're a
state of Pennsylvania, that's against the law.
You saw me recording and you decided to interject yourself into my recording and take offense to it.
That's exactly what I did.
Are you recording?
Who are you, sir?
I am the assistant director of the station.
All right. So he does that, but then let's get when he first walks in, right? Here's what I like about Sean. So he introduces himself first. He tells you where he's at. He's at the Public Services Building in, where is this at? What part of Virginia? I mean, not Virginia, Pennsylvania. So, General Services Administration in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's where he's at.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why. That's why he's getting backlash.
He gets backlash everywhere he goes, which amazes me because, well, let me get to why I like this dude more.
We're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We are here today so we just got inside of the facility here.
Hey,
we
Rye.
had to pass through a metal detector.
Hey, there's Rye Wilson. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
It's right.
Auditors from anywhere, Brooklyn. If you have a First Amendment type, well, it wouldn't be First Amendment in the UK because y'all don't have it. But if you have somebody that does government audits in the UK, yeah, feel free to share their name. We'll look them up.
They're employees only behind this point.
All right. Now, did you see that in the video?
VA employees only.
Yeah, it says VA employees only. So what does he do? He stops
turns around.
and he turns around and goes away from it.
Employees only behind this point.
Excuse me, sir. You can't do that in a
Who-
federal building. Take videos.
Who are you, ma'am?
I'm yes.
Who are you, ma'am?
Take videos in the building.
Who are you, ma'am?
I'm a staff member with the public contact team, and you're not allowed to video or take photos in a federal.
She is a staff member on the public contact team, meaning she comes into contact with the public, meaning she should be one of the most well-versed and pleasant people in the building.
You would think.
You would think.
You would think.
But not in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania,
No.
at this place. How you doing today, Rob Wilson? Yeah, I heard you had some internet issues, man. I hope it's something that can be straightened out.
Why is that? Why can't I take video?
Sir, you can speak to this.
Nothing.
All right, so here comes
Start
security
talking to me.
guard.
I have no idea.
Because Steve, you could record in this area. This
Yeah, this I can record in all the publicly accessible areas. I know what I'm doing here. It's okay.
Okay, I commend this guy for
Yeah.
doing this because Philadelphia is so corrupt. They don't follow by any of these laws. Now it was kind of funny because I stopped going into Philly when my uncle passed away back in 2016 because anytime I went into Philadelphia, I would always carry my gun on me. And whether or not you have a carry permit or not, Philly cops will stop you, detain you, and break your chops and make your life an absolute living hell if you've got a weapon on you. Absolutely. They've made it where it's illegal to carry in Philadelphia, which makes no sense to me because
Well,
that's
it's illegal.
just Philadelphia.
It's illegal to have weapons in Chicago.
Well, that's the entire state. The entire state of Illinois, you're not allowed to carry at all. You're not allowed to own any guns at all.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same with
same
same with
with-
New Jersey.
Yeah. New York as well.
In New York, you can get a carry permit, but it's extremely difficult to do so.
Yeah.
But New Jersey, on the other hand, it's absolutely impossible. They're
How
now
is that acceptable?
because it's democratically controlled. That's why
But
You're not even allowed to pump your own gas in New Jersey.
you're not allowed. Nope, you're not allowed.
they
if
have
you-
to have full service gas stations on
You
them?
have to. Yes, if
Yeah.
you get out of the car and you pump your own gas, you're looking at possibly going to jail for doing it.
Yeah.
That is an absolute fact.
Why is that? Keep people from stealing it? Or is that bad?
I think what originally started that is because you get these idiots that go up and they go to pump their own gas and they forget to take the pump out of their car when they go to pull away and they rip the pump off the ground. I think that's what started it.
Well,
So ever since I was a little kid, I mean they've been full service all the time.
well, I don't know. That sounds ass backwards to me because they got
It's New Jersey.
The pumps now have these breakaway things, right? If you go to drive off, the hose
They
pops
do.
off and it shuts off the pump.
They
So I
do,
don't-
but
I don't
you
know.
are not allowed to get out of your car in New Jersey when you pull up to a gas station.
And-
It is against the
and
law.
The Constitution is pretty clear on being able to own a weapon.
It is.
Mhm.
However, in New Jersey, now I have friends who do in fact own guns over in New Jersey. However, I got a buddy of mine who's a cop. He's a Deptford cop over there, and I was informed that if you get pulled over in your vehicle and you have a weapon on you, if you have a gun, handgun, doesn't matter what it is a mandatory 1 year in jail because you own that gun or you have that gun on you. Now, whether or not it is loaded or not is completely irrelevant. However, if you do have full metal jacket rounds, and let's say you have what I have a 45. Okay, I've got 8 rounds in that gun. For each round, that's a full metal jacket. It is a mandatory 1 year in jail per bullet.
Wow.
If it's a hollow point, it is 5 years per bullet, plus the 1 year for the gun.
That's because of the amount of damage that they can cause. Well, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. We're getting off track with the
I know,
with the
but
gun stuff, but
what I was getting at is that it's democratically controlled. So that's why it is like this here in Philadelphia, which is why I commend this guy for pushing the envelope for doing what he's doing.
yeah.
Because they are so ass backwards in Philadelphia. I can't even stand going in there anymore because anything you do anymore is it's scrutinized and it's looked under a microscope at.
Well, now this is in a federal building, of course, but it's local people that are going to be working there. So,
Right.
you know, that's. But let's listen to what this security guard says after he's come into contact with him.
Did you record it when you went around there?
I'm recording everywhere in the publicly accessible areas.
Okay.
I didn't go by. Look, come here.
You see how
I didn't go
calm and
past where it says
courteous he
employee
is?
VA employees only. I didn't go past there. Okay. I didn't go into any restricted areas.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That security guard looks like he's like, look, man, I'm just here for 8 hours. Like,
Yeah, he's like, I don't.
He
really
don't
wanna-
care. He flat out
Now-
don't care.
Now they're having a conversation here about where he can film. He was letting them know that he can film in the public lobbies and public areas. Right now, watch this lady.
Ma'am, please. You're just trying to.
She said you cannot film this area here. That's in the fucking lobby,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's folks that don't know what they need to know.
Yeah.
Which is one of the whole purposes of these audits.
Please, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Why? It doesn't say anything about it being unauthorized. What do you mean? There's nothing that's stopping me from coming up here.
Employees go up there. You can't go up there. It's only employees.
Sure you can. Sure you
It's
can.
only
If there's
only
no-
employees only. No signage anywhere.
If there's no
No.
postage, he can go up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's just trying to throw her weight around. That's all it is.
yeah. So
That's a lot of throwing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Restricted employees only. I don't understand.
Here comes
Yeah.
this woman again.
Then here comes this bitch.
Ma'am, who are you? Can you tell me that now? Or you didn't?
I did.
I have no idea who you
I'm a
are.
staff member here, federal government employee.
Federal government employee, and your name, and so that means you're a public service. You're a public servant.
You were recording me without my permission.
So that means that you're a
In the
pub-
state of Pennsylvania, that's against the law.
No, it isn't.
Oh, so you should. So if you feel that that's against the law, you should call law enforcement, ma'am.
From your video.
Ma'am, if you feel that's against the law,
Look at the
Look
look
at
on
the
her
attitude.
face.
Look at the attitude on that woman. She got
Yeah.
the ass crawling up over her face, man.
I need that lady to
Jesus.
take about. I need that lady to take about like I don't know 5 steps to the right without looking.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at. So here's what she's referring to. Let's pull this up, right? She said it's illegal. Let me see if I can zoom this in. So Pennsylvania is a two-party consent state,
Okay.
meaning generally that both parties to a private conversation
Yeah.
Yeah.
need to be aware of and consent to the recording of that conversation.
Right. If you're in public, you can do it.
Exactly. And there has been multiple case laws to uphold the right to film government employees in the course of their duties. It's First Amendment protected activity. He's in public areas of a public building with public employees helping the public. Best thing she could have done was to fucking ignore him.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Let him do his thing. Now, if he was in a restricted area, yes, sir, you're in a restricted area. You're going to have to come past this point here. See this sign? You can't be back this far. But they don't have any of that because he's not in a restricted area. But this bitch here, man, I've seen him really have fun with people before and really poke at them to get them really fucking pissed off. He don't have to do anything to this woman. She's just pissed from the beginning. Pissed from the beginning.
That's because she's an employee in Philadelphia.
Hey, Nicholas Peel, what's going on? Adam is not feeling well today, so he's not on here. He's been having a rough day, so he's not joining us tonight. So let me get to, so she's bitching and raising
Law
hell, of
enforcement,
course.
and maybe they can educate you.
Call the federal police. So they're calling the Federal Protective Services.
The feds.
Are they really? Really? Are
Yeah.
they really doing
So,
that?
ma'am, you just admitted you are a public servant. So, what's your name and title here? You said you work for the public contact. What's your name, ma'am, as a public servant for the
I don't
federal
need
government?
to answer that to you.
You're
You don't
required
need
to.
No, I don't.
It's just
Are
common
you
courtesy
still
of a public
recording
servant.
me?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'm definitely not going to answer it.
Okay. Why would I stop recording? You've been nothing but hostile since the moment you made contact with me.
You were walking in an inappropriate area.
I was
of the
not.
building, sir. You were.
I was
You
not.
were behind the area and recording staff.
I didn't go
members of
behind the
federal
sign.
building.
I didn't go behind
No.
the sign that
And
said
I take
restricted
offense
area.
to that.
You take offense.
I do.
So you saw me.
Oh my gosh. So
She
she's
was
trying to-
recording federal employees behind the restricted area. She just said it, and that's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. She lied. So now,
Justin, that's probably why she's not giving her name. It literally probably is Karen.
yeah, she probably is Karen. Yeah, for sure.
Hello, Nicholas. How you doing, buddy?
So the assistant director of the building is about to show up.
And record in a public.
All right. So I'll wait for FPS. Maybe they
Yes,
can
sir.
clear it up. Yep. No problem. No problem. Hey, how are you guys?
Are you recording?
Who are you, sir?
I am the assistant director of the station. My name is Pedro. How are you?
Hi, Pedro. My name is Sean.
Sean?
Yes.
Um,
I am recording to answer your question. In your name, sir?
John Miller. I'm the public affairs officer for the
Public affairs officer. Okay.
don't mind you recording.
Okay.
Especially me.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't get though. I don't mind you recording, but I'm gonna come up and interfere with what you're doing anyway. He's coming out. He's wanting to give him some directives on where he can go, where he can't go. You know how that is.
And the premises, but the employees, we need to have their permission to be recorded.
No, you don't.
No.
Well, here's where he explains why that is, right?
Hey,
And
Hoff.
Hey, it's Hoffman. What's up, Hoff? Good to see you. So it makes valid sense in his head as to why he thinks his employees shouldn't be recorded. So let's see. It makes sense, but it's also bullshit.
Yeah, you're right.
Why would
That's
that be, Pedro?
Because we have an agreement with our union, our labor union, and our employees, before they can be recorded or photographed, they have to agree, and they have to provide permission.
Do they agree when you record them on the security cameras?
Yes. That is part of
So they
that
sign an agreement?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I just whatever agreement you may have with them,
Mhm.
I respect it. That's the agreement you have with them.
Sure.
I didn't enter into any agreement. I'm exercising my rights here. My intention is really not to film anybody in particular anyway. So
There's his key, right? He's like, okay, well, that's great. You have an agreement with them. I didn't enter into any agreement with anybody. I'm just here exercising my First Amendment right to film.
I
in
just
public.
I like that this guy Pedro and this guy, I believe he said his name is John Miller or something. They know,
Yep.
like, at least they know the law. They know that, like, they can't stop him from filming inside the building or
All right,
in
so-
accessible areas.
Yes. So the there was a DHS memo that was sent out to federal facilities like this in 2018 that stated that people could record in foyers, lobbies, hallways, corridors, blah, 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 basically everywhere except in a restricted area. And that's been a thing since 2018. But yet some folks haven't read that or they've forgotten it. And this is why he gets these problems. Now, he's usually in city, state, or county buildings. He's not in federal buildings a whole lot. He's gone to some post offices. But federal buildings aren't his norm. It's normally more local buildings. But this one turned out to be a classic.
it's kind of a moot point. I'm not really trying to, but I don't want to, if I happen to get somebody while I'm panning around and, just gathering, it's not my fault. So it's funny, Pedro, right? Pedro, you have signs over there that mark certain areas restricted, non-public areas.
If you need to spell my name or anything like that. that's
Yeah,
me.
sure. This is you right here.
Yes, that's me.
I love how he
Affairs.
does that. He's like, here he is with his phone number and everything. Yeah.
Last name Batista.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's big red signs back there, Pedro. I don't know if you've seen them. There's big red signs that say restricted area, employees only, VA employees only.
Mhm.
that would be a restricted area. There's nothing that restricts this area. But I'll wait for
What was your
FPS.
name? What was your name
My
again?
name's Sean.
So Sean, your interpretation of our signage,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that your
Or lack
interpretation is
thereof.
correct.
Or lack thereof of
Absolutely.
signage.
Or
Yeah.
lack thereof. That's
Okay.
correct.
So that's why we'll wait for
So,
law enforcement.
As the government official and the second in command in
But how is somebody supposed to know? All right, if you walk up, let me make this full screen. Let me take our pictures off for a second. So when you walk up here, what about this? Let me get it. Let me get my cursor on the screen. There we go. What about this area right here would tell you that people can't go here?
Nothing
This-
tells me that because it says this
That-
way for VA benefits.
Yeah, this way for VA benefits, Department of Veteran Affairs, public restrooms. Hello, public
Right.
restrooms. That is not restricted. They're wanting to say this area past here, past this corner, that this imaginary line they got here is restricted.
They basically just don't want him there.
That's what it comes down to.
That's what it is. They're just breaking this guy's chops.
Yep, that's what it comes down to. But I love how professional he is and how calm he stays.
this building. I'm telling you that area is not open for you to record and for you to access.
Okay.
Given
Well,
that you're not a customer, you're not a veteran. If you're a customer, you tell me what you need.
It's because he's not a customer. They don't want him in that area, right? So now let's watch this dude. Now here comes the Federal Protective Services, right? Watch the moment he interacts. Watch how unprofessional this asshole is, right?
how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
You can have my badge number.
Not your name.
That's all I'm required to give you by law.
That's not true.
I can give you my badge number. That's all I'm required to give you by law. You know what? At this point, he had an opportunity to steer this conversation two different directions. He chose to go, I'm the asshole direction with it, right? He could have said, hi, I'm, James. I'm James. My badge number is blah, 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 blah. I see you're recording today. He could have been much more professional. It doesn't matter if he's required to give his name and his badge number or just his badge number. The point is, it's more professional. And anybody that has watched any of Sean's videos before will know, if he asks you who you are and what you do here, like if you walk up to him and you're like, sir, can I help you? He's going to ask you, what's your name and what do you do here? If you tell him, he would then respond with, oh, hi, nice to meet you, Karen. Whatever their name is. My name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some pictures and video of the public areas. I'm not wanting to disrupt business, blah, blah, blah. He will then tell you who he is and what he's doing. If you refuse to identify yourself to him, he ain't going to tell you shit, because he's not required to identify himself to anybody, period. But he does because it's courteous and it's professional. But he wants the same thing before he's going to give them that information. So this guy could have come up and just simply given him, even if it was a fake fucking name, just give him a last name and your badge number and be polite about it. And then let the conversation steer that direction. But instead, this cop's going to start out hostile from the beginning, within the first 15 seconds of their contact.
Yeah.
And that's where the disconnect comes, man. That's where the disconnect comes. Are cops going to have fun being videoed by a First Amendment auditor? No. But the first thing that should happen when they get a phone call that says, hey, there's somebody in the lobby recording, the first thing that should happen in their mind is they should click and say, you know what? I need to be polite. I need to be courteous. I need to make sure that he's within his rights, that he's in the right places. I do have a duty to uphold the law and make sure that what he's doing is okay, but I need to come in there courteous and professional. I don't need to get on YouTube looking like an asshole.
Yeah.
And because what it does is, these are the ones that get the views, of course, are the ones that have interactions like this. Hey, Haley, what's up? Good to see you. But I just think that law enforcement could make big strides with letting that click on the way to the call. Hey, I'm going to a call where somebody has a camera in a public area, let me start out by being professional and courteous. And this guy does not do
I
that.
have several friends who are law enforcement, and they've all told me, like, no matter what the situation, they always approach anyone that they're called on. They approach them as if they're like a mom's new boyfriend trying to talk to the child for the first time. Like, hey, how are you? You know, like, it's soft voice, stuff like that. But this guy he's coming out like he's been living there for 10 years. I don't know.
Right. He's coming out with a bad, well, he don't want to deal with this. He don't want to deal with it. He's pissed off about it to begin with. He's agitated, and he's letting it cloud his judgment a little bit. Now, here's the reason why I say this officer really missed an opportunity here, because look at all these people standing back here. What are they doing?
They're watching.
They're watching him to see how he's going to react. And that's going to subconsciously train them for how to behave to the next person that walks in with the camera.
Yeah. And lo and behold, like, who's to say, like, the next time a person walks in with a camera and they call DHS police to come handle it, and that officer actually handles it the way it should be handled, they're going to be pissed off because the new officer's not handling it the same way the last officer did.
And see, here's the thing. If this officer was to handle things in a good way and ease their concerns, hey, yes, he can film, in any of these public areas. He's not breaking any laws, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he tells all of them what he's doing is okay. Then at that point, the next time somebody comes in with a camera, they're less likely to call DHS, which is going to not take them away from something important to handle something unimportant like this. In the long run, it actually helps law enforcement so that these folks in these buildings know it's okay. We don't have to come out here and deal with this stupid shit. Don't call us because it's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, I think it helps everybody, but some of them don't see that. Anyway, this is DHS Police 3P502. We have no idea what his name is.
Okay,
I'm not
that's
required
fine.
to give you my name, and you're
It's
not
not about.
get it.
It's not.
I'm not required to give you my name, and you're not going to get it.
Wow.
Not about being required.
3.502. That's my identity. So let me ask you, what is your business here?
And your
Do I have to answer that question by law?
Yes, you do.
By law?
You're in a federal facility.
So that doesn't mean that I have to answer your questions because I answered a federal facility.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Because you want to be technical by
Here's
the law. Let's
Here's
be
the
technical by the law.
It says that you have to.
Yeah, no, that doesn't say
41
that.
CFR 102-7.
Show me where it says that I have to answer your questions.
You have to be here on official business.
I am here
can
on official
ask you
business.
what that official business is when you come into a federal facility.
Guys,
It's constitution protected business.
What's your federal business? What's your official business?
I would refer you, sir, to the DHS memo.
What's your official business?
Are you familiar with the
You're not
2000?
going to answer the question.
I'm referring you to you are DHS,
Are you
correct?
going to answer the question?
So you're DHS.
This dude is so hopped up. He's so fucking pissed.
He's got a cat shit attitude.
And
that's the way they are in Philadelphia.
Well,
That's just how it is.
But the thing is, see, he doesn't need to be. It's
He's
like,
probably mad the preacher's sleeping with his wife or something. I wouldn't worry about
I mean, I don't know. Hey, there's Tiny Tizzle. Look at that. What's up, Tiz? Good
What
to
up,
see
Tiny?
you.
I think his problem is he hasn't had a cheesesteak. That's what it is.
That may be.
Yeah,
he hadn't had his cheesesteak today.
That's it.
I feel like he's trying to flex those 3 letters underneath the word police. Like,
yeah,
he's flexing that.
I'm
Like,
Department of Homeland Security.
yeah, like, oh, I've behaved my whole life, so now I get extra letters under the word police.
right. Director 97 says this officer's credibility just sank to a new low. I'm with you there.
Amen.
He had a real opportunity to bridge some gap right there.
Now at this point, I would probably call the Philadelphia police and have them come down with their supervisor and have them school this clown.
They don't have jurisdiction inside that building.
No, but outside they do.
Only on the outside. They don't have jurisdiction on the inside, which is why they call Department of Homeland Security police. But
I would get this guy's supervisor down there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, and I get it. If I was a cop, would a First Amendment auditor call at a business? Would that irritate me? Would I be a little irritated about it? I mean,
yeah. Not me.
Personally, no. Now, back in the day when I was in law enforcement, this wasn't a thing. So yeah, I'd have been fucking irritated because it wasn't a thing. You know, it would have been like, what the hell? But now, knowing what I know now, it's so easy just to show up and be polite and diffuse the situation and go on about your business.
Yep.
I say it now, but also I never got the chance to do law enforcement, but I have always told myself that if I showed up to something like this, I would just be like, come on, man, you know where you're allowed to film. I know where you're allowed to film. Can you just make them happy?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes an officer in this officer situation here, officer sunglasses here, he had a real opportunity to be a polite guy. Because Sean's very polite. Have you noticed throughout this whole video, has he ever said, he hasn't said not one cuss word?
No.
He hasn't belittled anybody. He's just like, hey, I know where I'm allowed to go. I'm not going past these signs. How am I supposed to know this is restricted? You don't have signs here. He's simply asking questions in a polite tone. I mean, Sean's doing it the right way. That's why he's one of my favorite auditors, right? Because I haven't been able to find one time where I think he should have done something different.
He's been cordial the whole time. Like he's
right.
And here's the thing: if they've told him to get out of an area, he's gotten out of the area. But he also has like told them, like, just so you know, I'm allowed to be there.
Right. And like I said, I mean, that's what I love about him. Now he's been arrested a couple times before because cops got pissed.
People be dumb.
Yeah, people be dumb. So let's see how this turns out with Officer Sunglasses here.
Yes. If I ask you a question first, you answered my question.
I'm going to.
Question.
I'm not answering with a question. So I'm telling you.
You haven't answered my question.
You hear how loud he's talking?
He's getting there.
He's just trying to assert dominance. That's all he's doing.
His voice is echoing.
He's trying to escalate a situation so that Sean gets mad, so that he can actually take action. That's what he's trying to do.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So, but now, in theory, though, what else is he doing though? This officer is creating a public disturbance.
Yeah,
he is. Yes, he is. And I would have called him out on that too.
He has on some of them before. He's like, you're the one creating the disturbance. You're the one that's loud, not me. All right. So there's going to be a whole bunch of back and forth here. I don't really want to break down like his whole video. But what I do want to show, let's see. All right, let's let him talk to this. Oh my gosh, she looks high as a kite when I pass it there. So I think she walks up trying to de-escalate. Let's watch this.
Now or later.
He's a special agent, right?
Hi, how are you, ma'am? Yeah, how are you? I'm sorry?
I just want to show you my credentials.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm a special agent of FPS. What's going on?
Hi, I'm just in the publicly, there's a DHS memo from 2018. I'm just in the publicly accessible areas. My name is Sean. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not, the ADA here says that I can't take pictures of employees, but I have a right to film government employees in the course of their duty. And the DHS memo, there's no need for you to put those on. There's no need. So you see your officer here is threatening to throw me out and get physical with me. I have not once escalated the situation. Yeah, you said you were going to throw me out.
All right. She's like, dude, you're making us look like a fucking ass on video.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. And he ain't even wanting to listen to her. She is a special agent.
Look at her face. I wish you could zoom in on her face. Like, look at it. Like,
can I? Let me see.
She is like,
she's looking down on that guy like he's trouble.
She is like, dude.
No, I can't. I can't really zoom in. It seems to zoom in on everything else.
Yeah. But like,
just zoom in on everything else.
You can see it on her face right now. Like, why are you doing this? Like,
but he's talking shit back to her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk away. Okay, you got it. I'm gonna be right here.
See, now he's agitated with her.
He's a pompous ass, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
It's literally like when you get on your kids and you're like, no, do not jump on the couch. Fine, I'm just gonna stand next to it then.
Not once escalated the situation I've identified. No, I don't need any help. I'm just taking some pictures of building of the government in the publicly accessible areas of this building here. Okay. That's all. I'm working on a story. I'm a journalist. That's it. And I haven't bothered anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong. I've been very reasonable. I've identified myself. I don't know what else I can do to
you're fine. And just so I'm clear, do you have any business with the VA today?
I have no business directly with them,
Okay.
other than
So you
asking
just want to take some
questions. I'm just
pictures?
taking some pictures in the publicly accessible areas, ma'am.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
You're good.
All right, thank you.
What did you say your name was?
My name is Sean.
Sean?
Yeah,
Okay.
my name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist.
Did you
You'll
go
see.
through security screening?
I did.
did?
Yes, I did.
You have any
Of
knives or
course.
weapons or
No,
anything?
I went through the security screening.
Just checking.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
nothing. I obviously have nothing on me. I'm just taking some pictures, video in the publicly accessible areas of this building, and that's all I'm going to do. And you said your name was I didn't
Special Agent Kingsley.
Kingsley. Thank you, Special Agent Kingsley. I appreciate it. Okay, have a good day.
Special agent,
All
huh?
right, guys. So we are going to be sticking around.
So she shows up. She de-escalates the situation. She knows there's not shit they can do. She knows that this should have never escalated to this point to begin with. And
That
she's
cop should
like,
have never been called.
there's probably going to be a conversation with him after this on, dude, do not make yourself look like an asshole on YouTube.
How many views does this have?
Dude, this was just released today.
How many views does it have?
This was released.
Oh, it's too late. It's too late. It's got 160,000 views.
Does it?
Yeah. Well, now wait, but now hold on. So yeah, it was released today, but let me see how many it's gotten since we started looking at it.
160,000 views today.
It is up to 176,000 views in 9 hours, right?
So does that mean it's gotten 16,000 views in the last 15 minutes?
Yes.
That's 170,000 people that know that cop's an asshole.
Yes.
I might make that trip to Philly soon.
So anyway, I bring this video up to you, not really to break it down like we ended up doing.
Hey, Wizzy.
Wiz, what's up? But more to point out to you what I like about Long Island Audit, why this is one of my favorite auditor channels, right? Because the dude is always polite, always cordial. He stays within his rights. If he's wrong, he'll admit he's wrong. But he stands up for what he believes in. He's been arrested before with some bullshit. And he's got some federal lawsuits that have been filed, some that are pending. I think he's got one that was settled, and I don't think he was allowed to say how much it was for or whatever. But anyway, I love watching his stuff, because if somebody's going to go out and do an audit, first off, so Steve, tell me, when you think First Amendment audit, all right, before you even started watching any of them, what was your gut feeling about them? Did you think that they were a bunch of assholes going out to piss people off, or did you think immediately upon hearing it, did you think it was a good idea?
Well, I kind of wonder why they do it in the first place. Is it to get a rise out of somebody, or is it to actually use your First Amendment right and to see how far you can get with your First Amendment right? I never really understood the whole concept of it, but it makes sense because it keeps people in check.
Yeah.
And this guy here, I think this particular guy does a very good job at doing exactly that.
Yep. Stacy, what about you, buddy? Before you ever really watched any of them, did you think they were a bunch of assholes stirring trouble, or did you?
No. So I've always looked at things. I've never took things at face value ever. I've never taken anything at face value, and I just thought no, there are some that do that, and I know there are, but the guy, people like Sean, he just wants to make sure that people know. I look at it as they're just let me see if these people know. Let me see if they know that I'm allowed to do this.
And I think so. Yeah, Sean is different from a lot of other auditors, because other auditors they lose their composure a lot more than he does out there. But when I first started doing my video of law enforcement stuff or whatever, I'd already seen some First Amendment auditors, right? I knew how law enforcement in some areas felt about cameras and stuff like that. So I tried to go about it the right way and introduce myself ahead of time, tell them who I was, what I was going to be doing. I'm not going to get in y'all's way. I'm just here to film and show off what first responders do, that kind of thing, thinking that would help. And it has helped, for them to already kind of know where I'm coming from and what I'm doing. But when I first heard about First Amendment auditors, my first thought process was, okay, these people are out there just to stir up a bunch of shit. and cause problems. And I think it's gonna hurt their cause more than help it, is what I used to think. I don't think that way anymore, because I've been out there and I've had issues with law enforcement trying to infringe on my First Amendment rights to film in public. And so I think the more awareness we bring to it, the better. But I also think the more professional awareness we bring to it, the better. The way Sean does it is great. I love it, right? He goes into all these different government buildings. So these are government employees that are getting trained and educated on it. One of the things that I've had recently is some of the public themselves don't like the cameras around. It's like, why are you filming that fire? That's low down. That's whatever.
Yeah.
And I get where they're coming from. It can be done in a good way. It can be done in a bad way. Right. But I do like Sean, because I feel like the way he's doing it is helping a lot more than if he went in there being an asshole. Because when he leaves from here, and these people think back on this, and I've even seen it on some of his videos where some of the people, he gets body cam after the fact, where people have talked to the cops. And one of the things they say is, oh, he's very polite, very cordial, young guy. He hasn't said any bad words. He hasn't been threatening. They can't say anything bad about him except the fact they don't want him recorded.
Right.
Well,
it's funny that you mention that, because he's one of the guys that doesn't use any profanity. He's very low key, and he's very calm, and he goes about things extremely professional. And that's one thing I do like about this guy. However, there's other auditors that I've seen who will immediately come back and fire with the F word and all this other stuff, and they'll come back and they'll literally like verbally attack the person that is coming to give them crap, instead of being like this guy, where I feel as though that if sometimes the auditor kind of takes a step back and then takes a step down, so to speak, it's just kind of like, whoa, calm down, bud. I think it could be a whole lot easier on a lot of these other guys, as opposed instead of just jumping right back and saying, hey man, F you, blah, blah, blah. It's.
Well, now I got another one I hope we have time to look at. I want to pull up your video. One of Steve's favorites is Audit the Audit, which looks at a bunch of auditor videos, or not always just auditor videos, but also, some police body cam footage, stuff like that. Right. And I want to look at some of his stuff. But one of the other ones that I hope we get to is he's probably the exact opposite of Long Island Audit and how he responds, right? However, he's still one of my favorite auditors, and I'll tell you why when we get to looking at if we get a chance to look at his video. So let me pull up Audit the Audit.
He's probably a Popeyes fan or something.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. Let me just stew on it for a minute. I'll tell you, he's from North Carolina.
Say less.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run it any more from there. So anyway, so this is Audit the Audit. This is his thing here. This is one that Steve just left for me now.
I've seen this.
Let me tell you, here's one of my favorite things about Audit the Audit. Right, one of my favorite things he does, because this is very necessary too. These types of videos are very necessary.
We sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers assault, fighting words, and resisting, and is brought to us by Pepperoni Audits' channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. On September 9th.
All right, so Audit the Audit, he always references the original channel if possible. Sometimes they were sent to him from somebody and they don't have a channel, but he will break down for you what's the key points we're looking at in this video. He said, fighting words being one of them. Fighting words is very important because a lot of states, including Alabama, have an obscenity statute where you get charged with disturbing the peace or something like that if you use the F word or certain words like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
This close to getting arrested.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do want to dive off into that one day a little deeper and kind of look at it. I want to look at the states that we live in and look at their disorderly conduct statutes and their obscenity related statutes and see how they're different, because in Alabama, the way the law reads, if you flip somebody off,
You've assaulted them.
You have violated the public disturbance or the disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
But I like the way that audit breaks stuff down. And then he's going to show enough of the video to give you an idea of what's going on. Kind of like we do, we'll look at the video and then we'll talk about it. He's going to do the same thing. Let me show you I've watched this one. Let me show you this part here. Now the original video, like he said, come from Pepperoni Audits. I like the fact that he does refer you to the original person as well. But watch this dude. Now this is just out. Pepperoni Audits is an auditor that goes out and he will audit outside of businesses and stuff, not necessarily government places, but he's on a public easement, like next to the road. So watch this shit. This guy doesn't like it.
An authorization. This guy's coming up
That dude told him he needed his authorization to put his picture on film.
aggressive.
But yet he's walking right up to the camera.
Can I help you?
No, can you help us?
With what?
Yo, get away from me, buddy.
No, dude. Who are you?
Away from me, dude.
Why are you here?
Back the.
Your face is already
I
on
suggest
camera,
you leave me
bro.
alone.
Like,
You're on private property.
I suggest you do something about that then and get back inside.
Ooh. What was the point of this?
Yeah, really.
your face is already on camera.
You know
think
what?
that's fun? Don't touch my buddy.
Now, the audit does. I think he tries to edit out most of the cuss words or whatever. I don't think that it was edited out on Pepperoni Audit's original video. But you see where he's standing, right? I mean, he's out here on the side of the street. Now, watch this. Here's another opportunity for law enforcement, right? Oh, so here's where he breaks it down differently than we do, right? The audit will go down and he'll like research the laws in the area. He actually pulled up the easements on this.
I'm not on your property. You see that? That belongs to the city.
And why are you here?
Mr. Roberts tells the workers that he's on an easement and not on private property because the utility poles on the property belong to the city. While according to Florence County's Geographic Information System, or GIS data, it does appear that Mr. Roberts is on public property, it is important to note that the fact that the government has placed utility poles on a certain property does.
All right, right here, something's dead, y'all. You see that? Something's fucking dead wherever this video was filmed at.
I'm sorry. It's just I haven't been in the South in a long time, except for visiting my dad. It's just, so why are you here? Why are you here?
You don't get enough South when you hear my voice. Come on now.
No, you're minuscule at best when it comes to South.
Okay.
Does not necessarily mean that the property is open to the public. For instance, in some circumstances.
So he breaks down a lot of this stuff right now. Let's watch the cops come up, because this is where he's gonna break things down and give everybody a grade. So let's at least get a little piece of.
These guys are going to learn today.
I'm with myself. And you're about to owe me a new camera lens. Yeah, buddy, I got your name too. You're gonna get a nice little talking to with the police. You come back out here and touch me, you won't like it.
Huh.
Oh, nothing. Just getting assaulted out here. That's about it.
Getting assaulted.
Yeah, by one of their workers.
What happened?
I was just out here taking some pictures, and one of the guys came out here saying he didn't want to be filmed, and he ran up to me, started circling me, grabbed my camera, started pushing up on me, and it's all videotaped.
You have it on video?
Oh, it's all recorded. Because I do want to press charges on him.
Was there something involving a taser?
Oh, I pulled it out in self-defense.
Okay.
When you come out at me like that and you're about to destroy my stuff and do bodily harm to me, you're damn right I'm going to pull a taser on someone.
Mr. Roberts argues that one of the workers assaulted him.
All right, so this is going to be different from state to state too, which is why I like how the audit does it. He's going to pull up the statute for assault
by grabbing his camera and pushing him, and that he pulled out his taser in self-defense in order to protect himself and his property. According to Section 16-3-600 of the South.
So he actually does break it down. This is from South Carolina. And he pulls up the actual statute, and a lot of times he'll show it, in his video.
Carolina Code, quote, a person commits the offense of assault and battery in the third degree if the person unlawfully injures another person or offers or attempts to injure another person with the present ability to do so. As the Court of Appeals of South Carolina explained in the 2022 case of State versus Robinson, quote, our jurisprudence has never required an actual physical injury to a victim's person to constitute an assault and battery.
So I do like that he breaks down, he'll pull up the laws, he'll pull up the court cases that are involved in it. He does a lot of research in his videos before he puts them out. And so I do like that. Mr. Richard says those fests are screaming budget cuts. I just saw that. Oh my God, that's great. But if y'all don't subscribe to Audit the Audit, you definitely need to, because I love the way he breaks stuff down.
He does a fantastic job. I really do enjoy his videos.
Yeah, he does. Now, I don't want to show too much of his video because it is such it's a lot of work on his behalf, and I don't know that I can really add much content to this to be okay with
however, this could be us
use.
Just praising him,
right? And it is, but what I'm saying though is some of that stuff is automatic. Some of the copyright stuff is automatic, and so I have to be real careful with some of that. He works really hard on his shit, and nobody should be able to take his stuff and reuse it and break it down. But I do want to bring us to here.
Scene and approaches Mr. Roberts, who asks him several times to not stand so close to him and tries to step away. When Mr. Roberts directs a profanity at him, Sergeant Morrison tackles Mr. Roberts to the ground and tells him he's under arrest for resisting because he pulled away from him. And Mr. Roberts argues that he did so because Sergeant Morrison had no right to arrest him. Under Section 16-9-320.
So, of course, the cop got pissed. He hadn't done anything at that point, but he decides he's going to try to get him. He's going to try to arrest him anyway, right? But here's my favorite part.
Alleged Sergeant Morrison took while deleting the videos. The Florence County Sheriff's Office has not specifically addressed the issue of the deleted videos in any public statements.
Wow.
Overall, Sergeant Morrison gets an F for unlawfully arresting Mr. Roberts without probable cause, using unnecessary force and conducting the illegal arrest, and attempting to cover his tracks by deleting Mr. Roberts' video footage of the encounter. While Sergeant Morrison claimed...
Now, deleting or trying to delete the footage, in my opinion, is definitely a crime.
That's like admittance of guilt.
Well, not just that, but
I mean, like morally, not a legal. Like
it's destruction of property.
Now, if I'm not,
and it's also, I believe it could be construed as evidence tampering.
Yeah. Now, didn't he like have it to where the video footage uploaded somewhere else?
Yes.
And he was able to retrieve it.
Yep. It uploaded to the cloud, uploaded to his iTunes or his iCloud account, basically.
Here's the crazy part. I'm not going to say specifically where I am, but where I am specifically, we're not allowed to record anything like that. And if we do, our phone just gets taken. There is no delete our phone. They just take our phone and we never get it back.
Yeah. Well, but at the same time, you understand as an employee there what's expected that you're able to do. I mean, so that's different. But for somebody that's on a public right of way like this, for one thing, it's fucking dangerous, right? And I've been out before and had a few issues that turned into First Amendment audits that weren't intended to be that way. I've had a lot of people want me to do First Amendment audits, but I'm the asshole kind, right? I'm not the one, like, I can get irritated real fast.
Onyx, an asshole? No.
Yeah. So I don't know that I would do the auditing community justice if I went and did it. Now I have, like I say, I have had a few issues here and there. I've had some that, I've had more that went well than went bad, interactions with law enforcement. So I don't want to invite bad shit. I kind of like having the access I get in some places right now. So anyway, let's see the breakdown here.
That
F
he was
for this
arresting
guy.
Mr. Roberts for resisting arrest. He had no legitimate reason to arrest Mr. Roberts in the first. The department's decision to allow Sergeant Morrison to resign rather than
Now this guy. So this one here, he resigned instead of got terminated. This sergeant did.
Oh, what a shame! I would have fired. I would love to fire that guy.
Yeah.
terminate him. The other Florence County deputies get a C because although one threatened to arrest Mr. Roberts for breach of the peace in a situation that likely would not support such a conviction, they ultimately affirmed Mr. Roberts' right to film in public and educated the workers about his First Amendment rights. Although they appeared annoyed with Mr. Roberts and occasionally responded unprofessionally to his antagonistic remarks, they ultimately reached the right conclusion and supported his right.
So
I'm not feeling these two officers. I don't know why. Like they look like they're about to record like a hip hop album or something. Like they just don't look professional. Is all I guess.
No, the guy on the right, he's a tall drink of water. The guy's got no girth to him.
Yeah,
looks like he'll blow away with a strong wind.
So those vests do look like they came off of Amazon.
Yeah,
yeah. Made in China or something. Yeah.
Here you go, buddy. You get a vest too.
Yes. So the sergeant got an F. The officers got a C.
Who's this guy?
This is Pepperoni Audits.
Roberts gets a B+ because although his aggressive and antagonistic behavior towards the workers and the officers alike certainly did not help the situation, and he demonstrated a misunderstanding about the nature of utility easements, he was well within his First Amendment rights throughout the encounter. And
but I love the way that Audit the Audit breaks these things down. And from watching his channel, I've been introduced to some other auditor channels that I didn't even know existed. Right, so it's been a real positive thing. So Steve picked this one as his favorite to talk about, and so tell me, Steve, what makes this one of your favorite channels to watch?
Just the way that he breaks everything down. What I do like about it is that this guy here, Audit the Audit, he has two channels. He's got this one, and he's got his own personal channel that he also does auditing from. And it's just the way that he presents it and the way he throws it out there. It's like, it's very professional. There's just something about it I just really like. That, and the fact what you just mentioned, this channel introduces other creators to you, so you can go check them out as well. I just think it's a fantastic channel, and I love the way this guy does work. It's amazing. I watch him all the time.
Yep, I do too. There's a few folks that I have, as you can see, I've got notifications turned on, and Audit the Audit is one of them. That's why when you said you was going to post you wanted to look at a video from Audit the Audit, I'm like, you weren't sure if I'd seen it. I'm like, I've probably seen it. If it's from him, I've probably seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. I think he does a real good service to the community in that he grades everybody, including the auditor, right? Because some auditors get better grades than others.
Some auditors are completely 100% wrong.
Yeah.
They think they know what's going on, but in actuality, if they're in it, let's say Philadelphia, they got certain laws, and I'm used to the laws of Philadelphia. And let's say I run over to Lancaster, or even if I go to Pittsburgh at that point, the laws are completely different in Lancaster and Pittsburgh as opposed to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I could be going off of Philadelphia's laws in Pittsburgh, and it ain't going to jive.
Right.
So I mean, if you're going to be doing this kind of thing, you got to know what you're doing. And some auditors have no clue what they're talking about. Not saying they're all like that, but you know,
Yep.
Hey, it is what it is.
So, Stacy, what about you? What do you like or dislike about this channel?
There's not much I dislike about the channel. I like that he actually looks up actual codes, actual law codes. He's not looking up like a Google link. He's not just jumping to the first link. Seems like he's going to websites that I've never seen before. Because I look up laws a lot. I like you guys said, I like that everyone gets their grade based on how they did. Whether because you'd like to think that everyone goes with the attitude of protecting their own, but he's not. If the auditor did bad, they get a bad grade.
If I'm not mistaken, this guy here, isn't he like an attorney or something like that?
I have no idea. You talking about pepperoni audits?
No. I'm talking about audit the audit.
I really don't know.
I was under the impression he was in some type of law.
Yeah. I was trying to find a video. I couldn't find it. There was a guy. I saw it shortly before I deactivated my majority of my social media.
He's not an attorney. Okay.
This guy. He was recording his friend getting arrested out of his car, and the officer was like, "Stop recording me." And he's like, "I'm allowed to record you." And then like once the officer told him like, "You don't know the law," he's like, "I hope I'd know the law. I'm an attorney." Like the officer just kind of like turned his whole attitude around.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it and I can't. Like
that dude that was sitting in the car, he was actually an Uber driver.
Yeah.
Or a Lyft driver or something like that. And the guy in the back seat was the guy that was getting arrested.
Yeah.
And the cops wanted to search his car, and he's like, "You're not searching my car." He was a customer. "You're not searching my car." He goes, "No, we're going in to search your car." He's like, "No, you're not going to search my car." Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a great video.
Yeah.
So, do y'all want to see one of my other favorites?
Yes.
That is not calm, cool, and courteous.
Let's see.
It's gonna be him. It's gonna be Onyx. I know it's gonna.
But I love this guy because he reminds me of family. Like no fucking shit. This dude may be related to me, like for real.
Yep, he's related.
NC Tyrant Hunter. Jeff is his name.
So this guy goes out looking for bad cops. Based by his name. Right?
Yeah, he does. And I think he started his channel because I think he had a bad run-in with the cops and didn't record it. And from that point on, decided he was going to start recording it. And then he got into the auditing stuff.
He had a run-in in North Carolina. No way.
Yeah. Oh, shit. What did I just do? So this is Jeff right here. This is him here. He wears, he keeps his phone and stuff with him. A lot of times he's got a body camera on. He'll have 2 or 3 cameras going. This one here is one of his more recent ones, and I cracked up with it. Right?
I wish someone would hit me with "Are you recording?" Like seeing the phone clearly on my chest. Like, no, it's a pacemaker. It's a pacemaker app. Yes, I'm recording. Like,
yeah. So watch this shit, right? And I love Jeff's videos, right? He's worlds different from Sean with Long Island Audit, but I feel like if I did First Amendment audits on a regular basis, I feel like this would be the way I would probably behave.
Let's see.
Yeah. Tell me if you think I'm right after you watch this. And I think now he'll go live sometimes too if he thinks the cops are coming or if he thinks there's going to be trouble, which is also a very good idea because once you've hit live, there's no deleting that. It's on YouTube. It's there. So that's another way to make sure your shit is backed up.
Mm-hmm. Here comes somebody here. I hear you, boss.
What you up
to? Enjoying this beautiful day.
Yeah. What are you doing with cameras here at the oil facility?
Filming? Yeah, just using them.
Yeah. Why? Because I can call the cops here in just a second.
What for? What are you going to call the cops for?
I'm sorry, dude.
That is the most ridiculous reason to call the cops. This guy's got a camera.
Yeah. So Jeff will always say something like when they come out, they're like, what are you doing? He's like, just filming, just enjoying the day, just enjoying this beautiful day. Sometimes he'll say, I'm just bird watching, and stuff like that. Because I mean, he ain't got to tell him what. He's standing out on the side of a public road.
Just bird watching. It's a hobby of mine.
He don't really have to tell him what he's doing. If he told them, I mean, I've seen him before. He's like, oh, I'm just filming from public, man. They don't give a fuck. They still give him problems. So it don't matter what his response is. They're probably going to call the cops anyway, especially at these oil refineries. And he's a lot of times when Jeff is out, he's doing a First and Second Amendment audit. A lot of times he's also carrying a pistol on his hip, which, I mean, hey, kudos to him for that. I say go for it. Dustin K says, where is Adam at tonight? He is not feeling well tonight, Dustin. Yep, he's not feeling well, so he's not joining us tonight. So let's look at this. Let's watch this interaction. Tell me if you can tell the difference between NC Tyrant Hunter and Long Island Audit.
You gotta do what you gotta do, baby. If you feel like you need to, I don't know why you would, but hey.
Yeah, unless you tell me for what you're doing.
We don't got to do that, man.
What's the law that tells us we can't?
Yeah, you're not my daddy. 2, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm trying to give you a hard time.
I love the way he does that. He'll tell people that all the time. You're not my daddy. I ain't got to do what you tell me to.
Oh, Cotton Hill. You're not my daddy. I'm your daddy.
And he'll call people Bo. That's one of them North Carolina things. That's also in Georgia because I got family in Georgia and they'll call each other Bo. Come on now, Bo. You ain't got to do all that,
Yeah.
Oh, but that's the deal.
That's what you're doing there, Slick.
Well, all right, boss. You take this right here with you back over yonder.
What do you do? Give him the bird?
He did. He's real big on that. That's his thing. He's like, bam, give him one of them. He'll be like, take this with you. Here, you want another one? There's 2. And I'm telling you, man, I really feel like if I did a lot of audits, this is more the style mine would be.
Right?
No, I'm not taking it to hell. No.
Okay. Well, you fixing to learn something today, son. Valuable lesson. You don't think so?
No, I don't.
God,
watch. How much money you got? You want to bet? You a betting man?
You a bet man?
It would be cool to do a real.
This old fuck can't even use the phone, man.
Well, I mean, and you see what I'm saying, right? Like he is night and day different in the way he responds than the way Sean does with Long Island Audit. But at the same time, I love this dude, man. I fucking love Jeff. Love you, NC Tyrant Hunter. How's it going, man?
I just love the yeah. What you gonna do?
Yeah, he's like, you want to bet? Are you a betting man? How much money you got? And it's so funny because sometimes people come out and they're like, Mr. Wizard says he's related to me. He may be. He's from North Carolina. I got family in South Carolina and Georgia. Fuck, Jeff could be one of my cousins I don't even know about. Who knows?
Look, we're from the South. I think at some point we're all related.
Yeah, we probably all tied in some kind of another. if you go back far enough, there ain't enough branches branching off of that fucking family tree.
Well, we got family bamboo sticks where I'm from.
Yeah,
he's my daddy and my brother.
That's right. But anyway, so let's watch how he interacts with the cops, right? Let's see. I think the cops.
He had his tail tucked, y'all. It says NC Tire Hunter out here trying to see if they mess with us on public property, and they sure did. Come out the gate, said that we was on his property.
Now he also does something else, or he started doing something more recently, and he usually has someone else with him. So there's 2 camera angles going, right? There'll be 2 auditors out there. That's something that I feel like if I was going to do First Amendment audits, I think I would want a second person with me. So that if one person, so if I was to piss somebody off and get arrested, at least there's another angle of the arrest, and
you would need the other guy to bail you out,
right? Somebody to bail me out, yeah, pretty much, right?
Take my wallet.
Yeah. So here's the cops coming up. Watch how he reacts with the cops.
There's another one. The same one. Same guy, everything.
He's fast forwarded here.
Hey guys. Hey, it's time for you to educate that man in there now.
Okay. Survey markers right there. See it on the corner? Yeah. Concrete, just so you know. Okay. So, and that's just the only place y'all been?
All right, man. We don't trespass, man. You should know that by now.
Oh,
You already
that's
know
Eagle.
everything about
I just realized
me, so
that
you
was
should
Eagle.
know that.
Mr. Jeffrey, I'm just.
Stop. You can call me out my name all you want, man.
He called him by name. He said, Mr. Jeffrey. So he knows who he is, right? And he's like, he says, cops say your name to piss you off, thinking that people on YouTube don't know what your name is, but joke's on him. I'm not hiding my name. I have a backup channel. Jeff is here live. Y'all check it out and subscribe. I love
Well,
his
all right,
attitude.
then.
Yeah, I love his attitude. He's hilarious.
Man, everybody knows my name, okay? You're not doing, yeah, so stop being an asshole. Don't be an asshole. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No, sir, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, sir, I'm not.
I know the tricks, man. I've been doing this a long time.
Truck about got hit.
If he hits it, I'm on the damn public property, so if he on him.
I'm just saying, you might just want to be careful because these trucks right here.
Hey, man, I'm grown, man. If they hit my truck, he gets paid for it by whoever hits it. I'm just telling you.
The guy with the blue shirt. Which one?
Yeah, inside that gate there.
And just to clarify, y'all were standing.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we do, man.
Yeah, we know where we can stand.
Keeping y'all busy today, y'all better just follow us.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm serious. Just follow us. We're gonna be doing this all day.
Y'all could drive.
Hey, he just said, is this officer 16 years old or what?
Couple of days, maybe. I don't know. See, look, now he's gonna go educate him. That's what we do today. He said, I'm gonna try.
All right, wait, let's see. Let's get back out.
Give me no direction. Because they can't stand it, though. Watch. Here we go.
All right, y'all, you've been educated. And,
there you go. Please don't tell it. Please don't tell us this time. We know what to do, okay? Please, can you please do that for me? Do me a favor and don't try to tell us to stay out of here and watch you, all that stuff. Can you please do that for me?
I wasn't going to do that.
I'd appreciate it.
I was just going to let you know that he's been educated.
Okay.
And I told him
That's
that
great.
As long as y'all were standing here, y'all are fine.
Right on, baby. Hey, that's good. Hey, all right.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. Yeah. You know what he said? I told him, I said, don't get shot. He said, I'm going to try not to. And before he got in his car, he said, don't get hit. He's being a smart ass. Call me out my name, being a smart ass.
All right, so there you go. So two totally different.
Oh, man.
Two totally different methods. Steve, what do you think about NC Tyrant Hunter?
This guy's all right. I don't have anything bad to say about him.
He's a fucking hoot, man.
He probably started doing this because he had a bad run-in with a cop, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And being in North Carolina, that's not hard to do. So
yeah,
I passed through there a couple times. And I had one run-in one time, and just it's like, man, I wish I would have had like some kind of recording on what happened, because I would have posted on YouTube for sure. I mean, absolutely. But this guy's all right. He's cool.
Yeah, I like Jeff. He's a hoot, man. Go check him out over there.
I will.
If y'all don't subscribe to him already, it's I mean, he's got a lot of fucking subscribers already. It's he's at 147,000 subscribers, NC Tyrant Hunter. And then he's got another one. Yeah, he's got another one. Jeff is here live. He doesn't have
Come on, do it again.
He doesn't have as many subscribers over there, but he also doesn't do a whole hell of a lot over there. I didn't realize he had a kid without a shirt on there. But he does, he will stream live a lot of times over there. So when he goes live, that's kind of his emergency backup. He'll stream from it. But it's also, he does some regular shit too around the house, whatever. But check this one out. Check this one out from him, right? This is one of the first videos I saw. This is from a year ago. This is one of the first videos of his that I saw, and I was like tripped out. Watch this shit.
Do it again, cuz. Come on. Do it again.
I've already got him on the line.
You approached me.
Motherfucker, you're on my property.
All right, so let's watch this. This is, let me get it. All right, watch this interaction here.
Why are you
filming my place.
Your place?
Yeah.
Is it government owned?
No, it's not government.
Let me
It's
get
on
6
private
feet there,
property.
cuz.
Actually,
let me get.
Actually, when you cross that line right there, you came on personal property.
Come on, do it again, cuz. Come on.
Go get my
Do it again.
I'll get a
Please.
I've already got him on the line.
You approached me.
mother. You're on my property.
Where's your property line at?
See where that asphalt stops?
Think
Public
again.
road's on that side.
Think
I
again.
put this street in.
How old is he?
That was one of the first ones I saw him. He was about to pepper spray that dude.
Is he on public property right there?
I believe there
He
was
put that road in, huh?
Yeah,
I mean, people got to realize just because you fix the road doesn't make it your road.
Yeah, but I think that they determined from, and he's not dumb. Jeff's not dumb right now. He'll pull up these GIS surveys and stuff, and so he knows where he can go.
Yeah,
there's a lot of times. There's places around here where a business is helping to do something with a road or an intersection or whatever, and just because they help pay for it doesn't mean it belongs to them. You know, I think in this case, I mean, he didn't get arrested. He did nothing wrong. The cops are leaving. I believe in this case, they figured out that it was a public easement through there that he was standing on. You can see the public sewer and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And you see those utilities right there? There's a,
yep.
Okay. So you got utilities right there. So you got, you got electric and what looks like cable TV. That all that along that road there where those plants are planted, that's all utility easement right there. They don't own that.
Yep.
He
Hey
can
Chris,
stand right
what's
on
up? Welcome to the channel there, Chris. Thanks for joining us. He says, I'll tell you now, in North Carolina law enforcement is something else, especially state patrol, man.
Oh yeah, I've been pulled over by Mecklenburg County several times for my old truck.
Charlotte Mecklenburg rolled up on me one night, and it's been a couple of years ago. I was actually on a business trip. I was actually getting my accusatory interview training done, right? To be able to interrogate folks and get them to admit to shit without them realizing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was up there for that, and I went and got me some beer from the gas station that was right across the street from the hotel I was staying at. Went and got me some beer and a pack of cigarettes, and I was about to walk back over to the hotel, and the police pulled up, and I was like, this was Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. It said, what you got in the bag there? I'm like, $400, and I can't give you any. Y'all have a nice day. And I kept walking.
Yeah, they pulled me over from my old truck, and I know there's no ordinance where I was. I knew for a fact there wasn't because I'd been living there for about 3 months, right there on the UNCC campus.
Oh, about the pipes.
Yeah, and they tried to get me. No one had complained. This cop just didn't like loud vehicles. And what's funny is it wasn't even a judge. It was more like a state representative. Yeah, like a magistrate. She laughed at the video because what I told him, and I asked for a copy of the video. They told me I couldn't have it. But what I told him was, he's like, well, this truck's awfully loud. I was like, all right. I was like, is that against the law? He's like, well, it's not supposed to be that loud. I was like, okay, well, then can I just get my ticket so we can both carry on with our night? Because I knew that if he gave me a ticket, it was going to get thrown out. And sure enough, it got thrown out.
Yeah, you're not going to win that argument on the side of the road anyway.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all right, just give it to me so we can
go. So Stacey, tell me, what do you think about NC Tyrant Hunter? What do you think about Jeff here?
I mean, if I didn't already know who my dad was, I'd swear it was him.
But they are very different, aren't they?
He seems like he knows, just like all the good ones. He seems like he knows where he can and can't go. He knows what he can and can't do.
And I got to tell you, I battled at first when I first ran across his channel, right? Because I'm like, oh, this is entertaining because he's, he can turn that asshole on real quick, right? And I thought to myself, I'm like, but is he doing more harm than good? Or is what he's doing, is there still an ultimate good to it? And I battled with that in my mind for a little bit. And then it dawned on me, and I realized, I'm like, well, wait a minute. No, he's still doing a positive thing, because everybody that has a camera, including me, when I go out there and I'm filming, everybody has a different personality. So all of these people out there in the world that think you can't film in public need to be prepared for multiple types of personalities when they walk up to somebody with a camera. everybody that approaches the camera has different types of personalities. So the auditors always have to interact with people with different personalities. Why can't the auditors all be different too? Right? If everybody was the same, it'd be boring in the world. And so that's I like his stuff because he is more confrontational, which is odd to me because I like Long Island Audit because he's not confrontational.
Yeah.
So
You
I
get
mean,
the best of both worlds between the two guys.
right? I really do like him.
I do love that you see the difference between the North and the South there, where Long Island is like, look, I'm not trying to cause anyone any harm. Meanwhile, freaking, old Jeff here, he's like, fuck you, buddy.
Yep. He's like,
Now,
take this with you.
What I've noticed is that Long Island Audits, the few videos that I've seen from him so far have been based in Pennsylvania. So he actually just did one over in Willow Grove, which is not far from me.
Now, you will see some in groups like that sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Where he's traveling, he'll do several in the same area.
So
But
I wasn't sure if he's based up in Long Island.
He is.
Or if he lives in Pennsylvania. I don't know.
No, he's based out of Long Island. He actually has a business up there, but he travels, I think, some for his business. And I think that's why he's doing audits in different areas, because he's traveling for business anyway. But he was arrested in Danbury, Connecticut. I know.
Oh, God.
At one point. Yeah. He calls it Corrupticate instead of Connecticut.
Yeah,
It's Corrupticate.
everything here is crazy. Your car can't be too loud. If you are listening to music, you can't be vulgar. And I mean down to the like. There's probably a law in this state that says, "Oops, I just gave my shit away." Anyway, there's probably a law in the state that says you have to pull your credit card out facing forward, like
some weird shit.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's an interesting thought there. Mr. Wizard said, could you imagine when the auditors get old and dementia, they're all standing outside the nursing home with cameras raising hell? Hey, that might happen one day.
Oh my gosh, I just got a great RP idea. Thanks, Wiz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So so before we move on to the other one, do y'all have any other thoughts on NC Tyrant Hunter?
I don't.
I like the guy. He's not turning on a character for a camera. I feel like that's who he is.
Right. Very genuine. And that I get that feeling from him too. That's one of the things I like. So I love watching NC Tyrant Hunter. When I get a notification that he's going live, I'm like, oh yeah, some shit's about to happen. Cops are on the way. And I'll pull it up and I'll watch it, right? Because I like it. I like the way he handles things. So there is another one. There is another, let me see. Have you ever heard of this person here, Amagansett Press?
No,
but I like his banner.
I like his beard.
So he and his son has a channel also. His son is Watching the Watchmen.
I've heard of that.
Watching the Watchmen. That's his son. They travel together. And they are traveling across the United States. I want to say they're planning 52,000 miles worth of travel, something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, it's a father and son team. They go out and they're just doing videos out in public, right? Public sidewalks, businesses, post offices sometimes, all that.
Yeah, these bottles made it to town.
I don't know. That dude was dancing. But anyway, this is
Thank you.
Hey, what are you guys taking pictures for?
Are we just doing just some standard shots of our business, or?
Well, I'm not trying to be cute, but is that what you want me to tell you?
I'm just curious, what are you guys filming?
Oh, we're just getting some shots of the front of you.
Oh, I love it. I would not want to be filmed.
Okay.
So would you be okay turning your camera off?
No.
Like, bro, do you not know how a camera works? Like, oh, hold on. Onyx,
Yes.
you can't film me.
I need to play
Never mind the
P.
last hour and
Barnes.
a half of you
P.
filming.
Barnes at the end. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, Wiz. Let me see. I thought you sent that to me. Send it to me again. Put it in the staff discussion channel or something. I don't think you ever sent that to me, or if you did, I lost it. Send that to me again. So his these videos here with Amagansett Press, that's his son there. Let me show you kind of how he interacts with people that give him problems, right? Because he's kind of the middle ground between NC Tyrant Hunter and Audit the Audit. He's pretty courteous and polite, but he's also he doesn't put up with a bunch of bullshit, right? He will call people on their shit. So watch this interaction here.
We can't have you videotaping our building.
I'm sorry?
You can't record our building.
I can't record your building.
You can't record this.
Why is that?
Because our insurance company won't let it. I mean, I have to have
I hope you don't mind. I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's like our insurance company.
Okay.
I don't know if you're filming right now.
Yeah, what is that all about? We're trying to have a conversation, right?
But I don't know I don't know if you're filming me now or what.
How rude.
Don't reach out and try to touch somebody's fucking camera.
How rude is that? Like, that is ignorant as I can't believe that.
I've never heard of an insurance company.
She's an idiot. She don't know what she's talking about. She's talking out of her ass.
Well, it's a jewelry store. Basically, what she means is it makes us uncomfortable for you to be filming because we think you're casing the place. That's what this basically comes down to, right?
Oh, I see.
But watch how he interacts with her.
I am filming, but why are you sticking your hand in my lens?
Because I don't want to.
Do you want to have a nice conversation, or do you want me to throw back the energy that you're giving me?
No, I would love to have a great conversation.
Relax.
I would not want to be filmed.
Okay.
So would you be okay turning your camera off?
Well, so you want me to leave the sidewalk and?
No. What I don't. My staff called me from the back.
Okay.
And they said that someone was.
That looks really silly that you're doing that.
I know, but it's like I don't want to be on camera.
Well, then why'd you come out here?
I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, thank you.
Then why did you come out here?
That's what I've been saying the whole time. Like this whole hour and a half we've been on here. Yeah, hour and a half. Like the people doing Onyx. Never mind the last hour and a half. I don't want you filming me.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Because I need you not to film our doorway. Unless
that makes no sense.
What do you mean it makes no sense?
It makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
No.
She wants to cry.
Stand there. We'll get some pictures of it.
Can I ask what you're taking pictures for?
Not the way you're coming out like that.
What do you mean? I'm not.
I was cordial with your other employee because she was being nice about it, but I don't know. You're sticking your hand in my cameras. You're being weird. You're telling me I can't take pictures of your building because of your.
I want to understand why you're taking pictures of our building.
Because I feel like it. That's the only explanation I can offer you.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a promise that you're not doing it.
Okay, duly noted.
So I love him, right? I love him.
Wait a minute, what channel is that? I gotta go to that channel. That's freaking great. I'm gonna subscribe right now.
It's Amagansett Press, AMAGANSETT. It's the name of some small village in New York where he grew up. Amagansett.
There it is.
Press.
Subscribe. Bam.
Yes.
Done.
Now, while you're at it, there is another channel, Watching the Watchmen, right?
I've subscribed to this channel.
Yes.
Watching the Watchmen.
You're going to see, so when they post, you're going to see two different viewpoints from the same place.
Okay.
Now,
those guys run together, right?
Yes, it's father and son.
Cool.
Watching the Watchmen is the son. Amagansett Press is the father. The father's name is Jason. The son's name is Ben.
Okay.
Now here's something. Let me see if he still does it. So he does different stuff than his dad does. He edits a little bit more stuff in, like he'll do some mapping and give you a little history sometimes and stuff like that.
See what kind of interesting stuff we can see around here. So stay tuned.
It's Tucson, bro. There's nothing.
Hey, man, out there watching. What's up? What's happening? Welcome to.
So that, of course, that's the father. That's Jason, and then you saw Watching the Watchmen. But you're going to see two different viewpoints of the same thing. There'll be slightly different clips and stuff like that. But I suggest that you watch both of them if you watch them, because there's enough difference between the two. and different angles that you can catch different things in these. Hey, it's Blade Studios over there. What's up, Blade? Good to see you. Let me see what Wiz sent us here.
And I'd just like to know.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is something that's been flagged by YouTube as part of the sovereign citizen movement. Kootenai County Courthouse tasing incident. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So actually the video, he actually threatened to upload it with a lawsuit if it was not removed. So I don't know. Apparently they don't want this video out there. I don't think I'm going to play it. If somebody doesn't want their shit to get looked at, this concerns me here. The man recording this video is not the uploader. He actually threatened the uploader with a lawsuit if it was not removed. I don't really feel like fighting that, Wiz, even though technically it would be fair use. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to show that. But that's how that is, unfortunately. So no press time for him. No free advertisement for him.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
No. Good day, sir. But anyhow, so that's what we wanted to do, was kind of hit some of our favorite ones and talk about them. From what you saw from Amagansett Press, what do you think about his method?
I like it. I do. I like it.
And it is kind of in between NC Tyrant Hunter and Long Island Audit, right?
Yeah. He stays cordial until you become uncordial.
Yep. He will give it back to you. And he even told her, he said, do you want to have a normal conversation? Or do you want me to give you back what you're giving me?
Yeah.
Because, he'll do either one.
And that's fair. That's fair.
You want to talk normal? You want me to bring out to New York? What do you want to do?
Yeah. Don't make me bring out to New York. But I do. So they're making a coast-to-coast road trip from Palm Desert, California to Amagansett, New York, and later headed south to Key West, Florida. That's their plan for their trip throughout this year. They're going to be stopping in a lot of states along the way and doing a lot of videos. So you'll see videos from every state and sometimes multiple places within that state. So Amagansett Press and Washington Watchman, check them out too. If anybody's got any cool videos they want us to check out and look at for next week, let me know. There's a lot of shit that's been hitting in the news, so I may fill up next week's show pretty quick.
Hey, Amagansett, New York is right across the Long Island Sound from me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm literally looking at my city, and then it's like right across the Long Island Sound.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a small village kind of thing. That he's from. He's originally from. He doesn't live there, but that's where he originally was from.
It's on the outskirts of Long Island.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's on Long Island.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I wanted to. Hey, we've got a new subscriber, Frime Rockefeller. Thank you so much. It didn't pop up to notify me, but I see it when I'm going into my notifications here. But I do want to start highlighting some of these auditor videos. We only got to a few of them today. Of course, there's hundreds of them out there. I've got several that I enjoy. I wanted to kind of pick some of my top ones this go round, but we'll probably circle back and look at some others at some point. But Stacy, overall, the whole auditing movement, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've shot on it before, but that's because like at one point, like when I first discovered it, I was like, man, these people, like, come on, just calm down. But like, and then when I realized, when I find the people that are literally just trying to make sure that like people know, like, hey, just giving you a heads up that like I'm allowed to film in here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's more to it than that, but like that's the premise of like, hey, like, no, I'm allowed to film in here. Like,
well, so Jason with Amagansett Press has a favorite saying: rights are a lot like muscles. If you don't use them, you lose them. And so that's one of his big things about it. If you don't flex your rights, you're not going to have them for very long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our First Amendment right is extremely important. because there's been a lot of shit that's come out about government corruption and things that was brought out because of the First Amendment. Some reporter or journalist or just some random individual stumbled upon something and was able to get it recorded or whatever and blow the lid off of something. And so that is probably one of our most basic, keep the government in check rights that we have. And, you know, I don't always agree with the way some of the auditors do their shit, but overall, I think the movement is a positive one. What about you, Steve? What do you think about just in general the whole First Amendment audit idea?
I like it. Keeps everybody in check, like you said. And if anything, it'll actually educate the people who are doing it and the people who are trying to say, "Hey, what are you recording? You know, don't be doing that." You know, I mean, it teaches them too. Especially when the cops come out and say, "Okay, this is how it's supposed to be."
Yeah, and there's nothing we can do about it because what they're doing is not illegal.
I think that's my favorite thing so far is when someone calls the cops on someone for recording. The cops are like,
"And
what do you want me to do?"
Yep.
He's allowed
Nothing
to
we can
record.
do. Thanks for having me come get my fucking face on YouTube, brother. But please don't call me again.
I mean, I don't know.
I know it's like, well, there's this wonderful document called the Constitution. Maybe you might want to check it out. You know, look into it a little bit, see what the First Amendment says.
Yep, it's important. It's important, and so those of you watching out there that, you know, if you haven't subscribed to some of these folks, make sure you go check them out, see what you think, subscribe if that's something you enjoy. Am Against It Press, Watching the Watchmen, Long Island Audit, NC Tyrant Hunter, and Audit the Audit are the channels that we looked at tonight. Go check those out. Great content put out there. Some of that is kind of what got me interested in doing my videos. But I do want to kind of do a highlight on a couple of live streamers at some point too, that live stream in some areas like Bakersfield, California and stuff like that. They're not First Amendment auditors. They do more like live breaking news stuff when they're out and about. Might want to try to check a few of those out on an episode soon. But that's really all I had for tonight, was to go over some of those. Gentlemen, y'all got any parting ideas or things that you want to share?
I don't.
What's that Burger King thing behind you there, Steve? I've been looking at it.
Yeah, you're making me really hungry.
What is it? What is it? Like, hold on. Well, wait, hold on. Before you do that, I'm bringing you up full screen, so don't pick your nose. All right. What does that say? It says this is not Burger King, but what does it say?
You get it my way, or you don't get the son of a bitch at all.
Oh, I fucking love that.
I've got that hanging on my toolbox at work.
I love that. All right. This is not Burger King. You get it my way, or you don't get the son of a bitch at all. I love it.
I'm sorry, I don't have any fancy signs for you. I have an unmade rack behind me. You can,
dude. I've got my green screen behind me and a box of paper from Amazon down there on the floor. Come on. You know, I don't.
Shelves. Set up your shelves, put some stuff up there.
Yeah, I could. But see, the thing is, I would have to totally rearrange because those are windows behind me back there.
Yeah.
Over here in front of me, I have one of those folding open door closets. It's not louvered, like they're solid doors, but they fold open. I thought about putting like a snack bar in there and having that as my background.
Oh, I've been snacking on cookies this whole time.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, when we get off of here, I'm getting into mine. Bucky's, if you want to sponsor the channel, you can reach out to me at rocketcitynewsnow.com. But yes, I'm going to be getting into my Bucky's fudge.
I mean, I love Bucky's fudge. Ignore what I said earlier.
Yes. Well, yeah, you can mail us fudge. We'll eat your fudge, on our live show, if you want to.
I wonder who packs the fudge over there.
Hey, I watched them packing it live.
Bucky's.
I watched them pack it fresh.
Now you've heard about Uranus fudge packing. You've heard about that, right?
No, I haven't.
Look that up. That's a thing.
I might not want that in my search history.
It's called Uranus, fudge. So when they actually pack the fudge and they ship it out. Apparently, it is the best in the solar system for what they say. So you might want to check that out.
I might have to check that out.
Their slogan is "Welcome to Uranus. The best fudge comes from Uranus."
There you go. That's it.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. We might have to.
You might want to check that out because I keep hearing good things about Uranus.
And some of their, I'm looking at their merch. They have coffee cups that say "I love Uranus."
Yep.
All right. We might have to check that out.
I actually did buy. I actually bought that license plate bracket you showed me. It says "I love Uranus."
Oh yeah.
Based off of Spaceballs. It's on my car. It's on my car.
That's great. That's great. All right, Stacey, you got any parting thoughts there, brother, before we head out?
Yeah, just don't be a dick to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, if somebody's a dick to you, you can be a dick back.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So if you get a dick, give a dick.
Right. But two dicks don't make it a right.
I think we all know the branch of service I'm in. Come on. Man.
Exactly. All right. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for this one, y'all. Make sure you've got those notifications turned on and stuff because the weather's getting better. That means I might catch some live stuff while I'm out and about serving papers because it won't be too cold for me to get out. I've been a little lazy with that lately. So get ready for that. Hopefully I can bring some of them live shots back.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's going to be fun. We'll ride around and y'all can look at my cracked windshield till you feel sorry for me. And yeah. Well, I mean, in fact, the damn windshield, even after insurance, is almost $1,000 to replace.
Jesus,
that
what do you
windshield.
drive? A freaking Kenworth?
No, it's the
It's a Toyota Camry because it's got the camera and the radar built in for the distance checking and all that stuff.
Yeah, there you go. You got
all
sensors in that window too.
All that calibration has got to be set right and all that. So that's why it's like $890 some odd dollars through SafeLight after insurance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So in the meantime, if I'm out live streaming, y'all are just gonna have to look at my crack. Y'all look at my crack, and I might have some Uranus fudge.
There you go.
But anyway, that's it for me, y'all. We will see you all right here. Let me make sure. It seems like something was going on. Was it next week? Something was going on? No, it's not.
Friday.
Okay. Yeah, Friday, but I was talking about Sunday. I was looking at Sunday to see what the date was. So, God willing and the creek don't rise, we should all be back here next Sunday. And I'm going to check in on Adam when we get off here, see how he's doing. I know he wasn't feeling good earlier. So that's it. About to get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I